have a lot to talk about here. We have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning that has just hit the wire here. Um, Hold on a second. I don't think these things were connected here. There's no need for a countdown because we got to go live. Um, so we'll give that a quick second here. We got this severe thunderstorm warning that is about to exit the entire viewing area. This has a considerable tag with it, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts associated with this. So out of our huge concern at this time, luckily we haven't received any reports so far. They've issued a special weather statement down here along this storm here towards Lake Murray. If we can load this up, why are we not able to load this up? There you go. So again, we got some storms headed in towards Lake Murray, which is south central Newberry County, which is a coverage region for winds up to 50 miles per hour. So please definitely want to seek shelter there if you're on the water at this time. But again, the main threat is these storms over here towards Winnsboro. It's packing about 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts associated with that, radar indicated. So out of all relatively concerning, the worst of it has moved off of I-26, just moved to the north of it, but intense lightning is associated with it and is now entering away from the coverage region at this time. Sadly, is headed in, well, not sadly. Sadly for me, but not for you guys. It's headed in towards Richland, Lexington, and Fairfield County. So out of all, make sure you're seeking that appropriate shelter right now. I would probably say within the next updated warning here to probably stop the severe thunderstorm gusts and mainly make it just as 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts because it's relatively weakening. We also got this severe thunderstorm headed in towards towards Anderson here, packing about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail till 5 p.m. for Anderson, Clemson, Hartwell, Homeland Park, Belton, North Lake, Pendleton, Reed Creek, Iva, and Lake Secession. So again, that's packing about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail associated with that. So I would want to make sure I would be seeking that appropriate shelter. Right now, we also got a strong storm headed in towards Rock Hill. Actually, that's expired. Good news there. Severe thunderstorm warning that currently still remains in effect over here outside of our coverage region. Oh, do they have 70? Oh, they have 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts with this. This is outside of the coverage region, but 4 p.m. trees were. Wow. So it has been indicated by law enforcement for that. Wow. So again, Charlotte, you guys are in the clear. The storm over here towards Monroe has about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. So that's going to move out of the coverage region here in just a moment for Monroe, Wingate, Waxhaw, Marshville, Mineral Springs, Studerville, Jars, Trinity, Wesley Chapel, and Unionville. So it's packing about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts just right over Monroe. So make sure you are seeking that appropriate shelter now. Has this? Yeah, still in that coverage region. So out of all, relatively concerning storm here in Newberry County. Oh yeah, I can see the borders there. Headed in for portions of Newberry County, still packing those 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts associated with that. So out of all, relatively concerning here, or 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts for that matter. They've decided to drop it, like I said before. They've decided to drop it to only 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with it. So again, some positive news with that as it heads towards Winnsboro, Bittlewood, Ridgeway along I-77. So persons along I-77 should watch out. We got the special weather statement here in portions of our coverage region, portions of Newberry County. That's going to reach out towards Lexington County, towards downtown Columbia. So I would definitely want to watch out for that. Packing about 50 to 55-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It is a strengthening storm. So definitely want to watch out and closely monitor how that storm. We're also monitoring this severe thunderstorm over here towards Anderson. There's packing about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail for Anderson, Clemson, Hartwell, Homeland Park, Belton, North Lake, Pendleton, Reed Creek, Iva, and Lake Secession. So overall, watch out for the storm. Monitor it really closely. We're watching this cell here towards Union here. Not really warned, not really under a statement either, but going to watch that. We're also monitoring this storm here just right outside the coverage region. We're about to exit the coverage region just north of Richburg. Has intense lightning associated with that and very heavy rainfall. So out of all, a huge concern with that. And out of all the view here, we're monitoring some more storms starting to push its way through. I would probably say the western North Carolina mountains should probably get in some action within the next couple of hours, 30 minutes to maybe 2 hours or so. So I would definitely want to watch out for that. Portions of northeast Georgia towards Clayton, watch out for winds of 40 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. Located along the line extending from 10 miles east of Hayesville to 7 miles southwest of Hiwassee. Movement was east of 40 miles per hour for Clayton, Highlands, Mountain City, Tiger, Dillard, Sky Valley, Tallulah Falls, Lake Raven, Lake Burton, and Lake Mont. So again, out of all concerning there, we'll continue to monitor that, see what happens with that. But again, the most concerning storm that we're watching here is about to exit the entire viewing area. So out of all, the National Weather Service decided to drop those 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts to just 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that's some positive news with that. Luckily, we haven't had any reports so far of damage, but we're also monitoring this severe storm over here towards Monroe. That's packing about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It has been canceled for portions of Mecklenburg County, but it still continues for portions of Union County from Monroe, Wingate, Waxhaw, Marshville, Mineral Springs, Stuyvesant, Jars, Trinity, Wesley, Chapel, and Unionville. So again, out of all, definitely want to watch out for that storm as it exits towards Wadesboro. So Wadesboro, watch out for that. The storm over here is outside of the coverage region out towards Lancaster. So we're not out of all too concerned with that. But again, we also are monitoring the storm of winds of 50 to 55 miles per hour as this exits our viewing area right over Lake Murray here. You can see, look at that strong winds before the initial arrival of the storm. Holy wow. Look at that. So that's some strong winds here before like the main storms start to push their way through. So out of all, relatively concerning there, breezy, damaging winds are possible outside of that. So really want to watch out for that here. I-26 would monitor these storms. It's mainly moving away from your region, but still watch out. I-26 towards downtown Columbia, just would watch for that system. Watch out for that storm as closely as possible here. Severe thunderstorm over there towards Monroe. Oh, yeah. I also have the coverage region. You can kind of see some hail associated with that there, just towards the east of Unionville. Out of all huge concern there as well. And we still have those flood watches in effect throughout East Tennessee counties. Luckily, a lot of the lightning in the western North Carolina mountains has dissipated. We really don't have an environment through the western North Carolina mountains here or East Tennessee for severe weather. The main threats for these thunderstorms, main threat, sorry, one of the maps here caught me off guard. The main concerns that we're watching here is just flooding here for portions of East Tennessee into the western North Carolina mountains. So not really a huge severe weather threat. I mean, the severe weather threat is there, of course, but we're talking about damaging winds and large hail. No, in the western North Carolina mountains, most likely not. We'll see what these decides to do. The storm over here towards Silva will be tracking east. So persons along Hendersonville towards Asheville, just watch out for that storm. Union, the storm is starting to strengthen. The storm is starting to strengthen a little bit more. It's trying to connect with the one in Lancaster towards Richburg, right over I-77. So I'm curious to see what will happen with that. So the severe thunderstorm warning still currently is over Newberry County. I had 60 mph wind, 70 mph wind gusts just 30, 45 minutes ago, but now they decided to drop it to just 60 mph wind gusts. So people from Little Mountain to VC Summer Nuclear Station to Winsboro to Blythewood to Ridgeway. Out of all, some positive news with that one, of course. So I would probably say portions of Newberry, Newberry Prosperity, Joanna. Definitely want to make sure you are watching that really close, or you guys are in the clear. Part of the reason why I had to jump off too is I didn't have a whole lot to eat today, which was my fault. So once I was starting to do all this coverage here, start talking constantly, I started to feel it in my head. I went like, "Woof, gonna have to grab a bite to eat." But we're still continuing with the technical issues here on this computer. Also, maybe if we turn this off here. I mean, this looks like it's working better on my side. So let's try. Let's catch up for just a minute. Let's see if this camera decides to fix itself. Because, I mean, it's working on my computer like this, but I mean, it's not working. See, so the camera on my computer is working fine, but the feed that's coming in right here is just not, it's just not doing it. Yeah, I mean, it is starting to work here. Let's try refresh. Okay, I think we got it to work. Let's try it. 3, 2, 1. Nope, nope, nope. All right, we'll try to refresh one more time. Hold on. Maybe let me try to change some settings here on this side. So again, we're continuing to monitor these storms here throughout much of the coverage region. So we'll continue to keep you updated here on the latest. While I sit here and fix the camera. How's this look? Well, there we go. So I guess we'll have to do it like that, the old-fashioned way. All right. So again, we're monitoring some of these storms here moving throughout much of the region at this hour. So again, we're monitoring a severe thunderstorm over here towards Newberry County. Did pack about 70 mile per hour wind gusts before. Luckily, positive news is it's weakened significantly. So about 60 mile per hour wind gusts over Lake Monticello. So out of all positive news with that, this severe thunderstorm warning will be allowed to expire relatively soon as it reaches outside the coverage region here. We can see out of all, it has about 18 minutes left associated with this storm. So again, some positive news with that one. So far, monitoring this storm over here in the northeast Georgia counties here towards Clayton. So we'll continue to monitor that, see what that decides to do here. And also towards Anderson, South Carolina has about 32 minutes left till about 5 p.m. for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail for Anderson, Clemson, Hardwell, Homeland Park, Belton, North Lake, Pendleton, Reed Creek, Iva, and Lake Secession. So out of all monitoring this storm here, see what that storm decides that it wants to do. I mean, out of all, I think it's becoming a relatively strong storm, severe storm, like it is currently headed over towards downtown Anderson. So definitely want to make sure you're taking that appropriate shelter there. Walhalla, Westminster, Salem, all the way to Highlands, Cashers, Rosman, Pickens. I would monitor these storms relatively closely here. I would probably say it's towards the weakening side a little bit more. The special weather statement is in effect for about 2 minutes or so. So we have some reports here. Newberry County. Newberry County 911 call center. Numerous trees down around Whitmire. One tree fell on a home. A building in Whitmire experienced significant damage with the collapse of an exterior wall. Of a measured wind gust at 53 miles per hour was reported 3 miles northwest in Newberry. South Carolina Highway Patrol reported a tree down near Wilson Road and College Street in Newberry County. And lastly, trees down along Highway 34 towards Fairfield County from Newberry. So out of all some big reports coming in here, another report towards Davidson in Mecklenburg County. Large limbs down on power lines. So again, a lot of reports are coming in here, and we're probably going to be expecting more lately, more in the future. So again, out of all, relatively concerning as it heads east. I-77, I would want to make sure you're watching that storms as closely as possible. Some heavy rainfall is falling over downtown Charlotte, but out of all, the worst of it's towards the east of you, towards Wadesboro. I mean, I think out of all, it's getting relatively calm now. I do apologize. I do want to apologize for not being live with these the damaging severe thunderstorm that was pushing its way through Newberry. The computer was not wanting to work. I was trying to work as hard as possible, see if I could get it fixed. I couldn't in time. Had to grab a bite to eat, and yeah. So this is outside of the coverage region here, just towards the east of Columbia. Hail is associated with that, so I would probably say this storm will probably go warned within the next couple of minutes if you're headed just north of Manning in central South Carolina. That one will probably go warned, but that's outside the coverage region here. So out of all the two concerning systems, the two concerning storms that we have right now, are we in Columbia's? We're GSPs. Out of our main concern portion of the storm here has pushed away. We have a new special weather statement here associated with that line of storms just towards the east of Chester. For about 40 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Pea-sized hail, I apologize. Penny-sized. So if you want to know the difference between pea and penny-sized, 0.75 inches is about the penny-sized hail. 0.25 is pea-sized hail. So that's something to learn for. Along I-77, out of all, I would definitely want to watch out for these with a strong storm with winds of 40 miles per hour along I-77. So watch out for that. We have a strengthening storm towards the north of Lawrence. Probably we'll see a special weather statement over towards Emery, Evans, and Cross Acres soon. I wish I could put my own statements on here. But again, it's a strengthening storm here. We got a few lightning strikes associated with that towards Fountain Inn and Simpsonville. Monitoring that, we'll see what that wants to do. But again, towards Hickory, Tavern, Hania Path, watch out. You got a severe storm headed your way. It expires in about 28 minutes or so. So the National Weather Service, oh yeah, so they put this region here towards Monroe under a 20% chance of a watch. So let's see what they are discussing here. It's mainly winds of up to 60 miles per hour. I would probably say 60, 65 miles per hour at most. Out of all, nothing too unexpected with that. I'm not surprised. The special weather statement was allowed to expire, but let's go ahead here and just let everyone know where this storm is headed towards. Um, so we got Turnerville at 4:51, Tallulah Falls 4:54, Westminster at 5:19, Walhalla 5:21, Richland at 5:24, and Seneca at 5:30. So again, the storm here is getting strengthening a tiny bit. So we probably want to watch out the storm towards Tallulah Falls. The storm is right over Anderson. Not a whole lot of lightning associated with it. The main threats are those 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and pea-sized hail associated with it. You can see the line here. It is trying to draw. Look at that. From Pacolet all the way to Anderson. We'll see what that decides to do. I would probably... And there goes a new special weather statement here for Walhalla. As expected, winds of 40 miles per hour and pea-sized hail for Toccoa, Seneca, Walhalla, Pickens, Clarksville, Westminster, 6 Mile, Tallulah Falls, Salem, and Jocassee Gorges. Along a line extending from 12 miles northeast of Clayton to 6 miles north of Clarksville. Movement was east at about 35 miles per hour. So we'll continue to watch this storm here. I would probably say give it 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes or so, and the storm will probably start to strengthen a little bit more. And we'll probably see a warning out of this storm pretty soon. I'm not going to be surprised about that one. This storm over here towards central Georgia, just towards the east of Athens, east of University of Georgia. This storm is strengthening. It'll reach its way over towards Calhoun Falls, reaching a coverage region, Abbeville up here. So in Elberton. So we'll continue to monitor that, see what that decides to do as well. Let's put a track on this and see when the timing is going to be for some locations. So, I mean, out of all, Carlton at 4:56, Dove Creek 5:06. So out of all, definitely something to watch out for as it reaches towards the upstate portion of South Carolina within the next couple of minutes. Check this out. So all the storms here in Georgia. Yeah, you see all these storms here. That's headed east. So that's headed towards the upstate and central portion of South Carolina relatively soon. So I would definitely want to make sure you have ways to receive weather warnings throughout much of today. We have a new report here just right outside the coverage region towards Lexington County and Chapin. The reason why we're mentioning this is that's actually right at the border between Newberry and Lexington counties. South Carolina Highway Patrol reports trees down along Curtis Court and Peak Street. So again, we have that report there. Luckily, I don't see any other further reports from that, but we're going to see more pretty soon. I would probably say within the next 5-10 minutes or so. No, they'll probably just let this expire. Yeah, the warning for Newberry County will expire relatively shortly. So again, we have about 8 minutes left of this severe thunderstorm warning here towards Newberry. So again, some positive news with this one. The storm has weakened significantly, especially towards our Newberry County region. So portions of Newberry, Prosperity, I would even say Little Mountain, Chapin, uh, Memoria, Peak. Definitely, I would say you guys are all on the clear at this time. What I'm trying to see is what the National Weather Service, why they issued a special weather statement for here. Because I'm not seeing anything pop up on radar for this. Is it just those winds? Or it may just be so small that we can't see it. I mean, this is the only thing that I would see. Let's see here. I mean, I don't see anything. We'll just see what the National Weather Service decides to do on that one. So again, this one is going on for the next 20 minutes or so. The severe thunderstorm warning for Newberry County will expire in about 6 minutes from now, and then we'll see this expire to mainly just the main hazard of that special weather statement towards Newberry. We'll see how long this one lasts, which is about 6 minutes left. The warning is in effect for about 6 minutes too. So both alerts will expire. So Newberry County will be relatively in the clear relatively shortly here. The severe thunderstorm over here towards Anderson, still going to be on the air for this for a couple more minutes, about 20 minutes left for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail until 5 p.m. For Anderson and northwestern Abbeville counties for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. For Anderson, Homeland Park, Belton, North Lake, Pendleton, Iva, Lake Secession, Star, Anderson Airport, and Lake Hardwell. If I'm near Lake Hardwell, get out of the water and move indoors or inside a vehicle. I don't know if you guys have heard lately on the news, but the amount of reports coming in of people getting struck by lightning has been a lot higher lately. Even people just out there enjoying the evening. So, I mean, out of all big concern there, one of my concerns. Uh, uh, see, if you have any questions too, you can drop them into the live chat. We'll be happy to answer them. Just going through here. I apologize. If I look and sound distracted, I'm just checking here. Um, to make sure I'm not missing any questions. I don't think so. Slide over to Facebook. See what Facebook people say. Nothing. All right. So again, this warning here towards Newberry is set to expire shortly. I would probably say everyone in Newberry County is in the clear from this severe thunderstorm warning here. Both are going to be expiring in about 4 minutes or so. And then we got this severe thunderstorm warning over here towards Anderson, about towards Belton, Honea Path. It expires in about 18 minutes or so. It looks like, let's scan this through. Hold on. Yeah, it looks to be relatively weakening here. So this is what it looked like before we went live, where they had that considerable severe thunderstorm warning with those 70-mile-per-hour winds, which expired about 27 minutes ago. You can see how it weakened. So watch. This is about 3:53. Then we start to see it straight. You can see how strong it is, but then it weakens. Then you see how fast it's weakening. So probably not needed for a warning afterwards. This storm over here, we can let this go through. It started off in Yeah, so out of all, not really huge concern there. It was unexpected for those 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts with that storm. So I mean, we also got a few new reports here in Lawrence County. A few trees down, also in Lawrence County. A few trees down, Cross Hill and Clinton. And as I said before, the warning over here, they've decided to issue the warning here for Sumter outside of the coverage region because that is one strengthening storm, I gotta say. But again, this warning here is going to expire in about 2 minutes or so. And you can see, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you look towards the bottom right of the screen, you can actually see the countdown. So we have about 1 minute and 38 seconds left. You can also see the hazards with this top alert also associated with that. So again, some nice things we helped with too. Whoa, what's happening? Okay, so we got a new severe thunderstorm warning that has just hit the wire for Anderson, Greenville, Lawrence, and Spartanburg, including downtown Greenville. So again, this has about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts until 5:30 p.m. this evening. Give it a quick second. The graphic will show up for Malden, Simpsonville, Five Forks, Fountain Inn, Piedmont, Williamson, Great Court, West Pelzer, Donaldson Center, and Fort Shoals. So again, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has just now hit the live wire here. Um, so I'm watching my side here. So again, this has about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So if I mention your location, I would definitely make sure you are seeking that appropriate shelter right now away from windows here. In just a moment, you'll also see that graphic pop up about the warning. But let's see. Also, the severe thunderstorm warning for Union has been allowed to expire. So again, some positive news with this one. You can see at the bottom of the screen. There it goes. Um, Again, that new severe thunderstorm warning has just hit the live wire here. So out of all, relatively not really concerning, but something I would definitely want to stay aware to. It has about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So again, Great Court, Hickory Tavern, Williamson, West Pelzer, Piedmont, Simpsonville, Malvern, Five Forks, Fountain Inn, Great Court, and Greenville. What's the airport? The airport's right here. So yeah, so again, positive news with that. They decided to allow this warning over here to expire. Newberry County, you're all in the clear. Now we have to now we're just monitoring this storm here towards the east of Chester. Going to see what that decides to do relatively soon. Charlotte, you're still getting some rain, which will increase your flooding threat here. So places towards Asheville, Waynesville, you're about to get some moderate heavy showers move through. So definitely want to watch out for that one. So what we're going to do here is we'll let the automated system jump on because I have to do something in just a moment. Actually, it turns out it's a lot later than I thought it was. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Beck Webb here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll leave you with the latest automated coverage from Highland Weather. And if we need to, we'll go live. Again, here's the latest look at the radar.